My name is Dolores A. Lucas. I am one of three sisters in regards to the Faria home, that we're looking forward to having it as the Pinole History Museum in Pinole. After all these years and denying our family proposals to develop the property, the city of Pinole approached the estate of Faria's in 1996 with the intention of developing it themselves. As part of the acquisition, the city manager told Dolores A. Lucas that this house, which sat on the property, would not be destroyed. That instead it would be moved to downtown Pinole on the San Pablo Avenue property that the city owns. The city manager said this house would be restored to its original glory and stated as the Pinole History Museum of Pinole, as well as an event and a business space for history of weddings, parties, meetings, and other community gatherings. Several years later, we are disappointed, very disappointed, to find ourselves still waiting for this funding from the city. We are deeply upset. It just breaks our hearts, not only because of our connection to the house, its unrealized potential as a community center, but also because of an unkept promises made in earnest by the city 25 years ago. On June 15, 2021, City Council members approved the funding to proceed with the renovation of the Pinole History Home as originally promised. As you can see, it didn't happen. At the next City Council meeting, however, this approval was promptly rescinded. This pattern of approval and denial has been going on for years and years and does not reflect well on the city. We are especially perplexed by the actions of Councilman Vincent Salini, who was a vocal in support of the historical museum before changing his mind. Why did you not keep your word? What or who caused you to change your mind? If the city were to overturn this recent decision, again rightfully establishing the house as the museum and fulfilling their original promise, it would mean the world to the Faria family and also to the citizens of Pinole. The house was always so much more than just a family home. It was a place where kids from Pinole would gather from all kinds of life to learn how to milk cows, ride horses, fix fences, bale hay, and so much more. They would come up on Saturday and Sunday morning when my grandmother was making her hotcakes from scratch, and on Sunday morning her famous biscuits that she called with her homemade bacon that she had in her smokehouse and eggs from her chickens. Everybody just loved to congregate up there and talk around the kitchen table. It was a community center, a gathering place enjoyed by all of its legacy. It tied people together. Bill Faria, my father, taught the children so much about Pinole, including his nephews and all the young people that they knew, that they brought up to play or work on the farm, and what it means to have a real functioning community. Currently, there is a dire need for something like this in Pinole. Diana Wing So recently expressed this in an article from the West County Times, that there is nowhere to learn about the city of Pinole, her home. And Pinole has such a rich history, from Bernardo Fernandez, a Portuguese immigrant who came on a cargo ship to Pinole in 1853, to establishing a freight company between Contra Costa County and San Francisco, to the many immigrants who found a home in our coastal town, the citizens of Pinole deserve a place to celebrate the individuals who made the city what it is today. And also, today Pinole has just as many immigrants as it did in 1853 and on up. Why are we denying this to our city when all the other cities around us have history museums to go to and visit, but not Pinole? For these reasons, the Faria family is still upset and angry that it has taken so long to approve the funding for the revitalization of this house, especially when it means so much to so many people, young and old. Years ago, my grandparents taught me that your word is gospel, that a handshake represents an unbreakable bond, that you don't go back on your word. Shaking someone's hand and looking them in the eyes is as meaningful and good as any contract and helps foster a real sense of community togetherness. Will Pinole allow the sands of time to wash away the legacy of countless immigrants and pioneers who wanted a better life and found one in this town? Or will Pinole show its people the kind of city it strives to be, a city that values its people, its history, and its word? I encourage them to do what is best for this community and for the preservation of its story and heritage. The Faria family and the citizens of Pinole look to the city of Pinole to make this the History Museum.